What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I know I've been a little bit MIA in a minute and a half, but we are back, and I'll try to be more consistent this time, not just say it and then not do it. But I think this is going to be my new favorite spot. It's like at the back, and it has the lighting, so unless it is raining, this is where y'all are gonna be finding me, unless I'm not at home, of course. But yeah, so as y'all can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get started, because some of us, we have a lot of ideas and we have so many goals we want to get to or achieve, but we don't know how to get started. So I wanted to try and get us to that, getting that first step into getting to where you need to be. So if you are here for that, just say stay tuned, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get it. This side, because I need space on this side for the scriptures and stuff. But so I'm gonna start off with a little story. Bear with me. This is going to help you, because it did help me when I first came or fell upon this type of video. I got the idea from one of my favorite YouTubers, Mpumi Lidwaba. And yeah, so we're going to go over a story. It is in the Bible, so you can go and read it up for yourself. So it's a story about a woman who, rather, she was a witch. She became a widow, so she lost her husband. If y'all hear sounds, it is Elora in the background. Okay. So the story is about this woman who had two sons, and then her husband died. But when her husband died, he had a lot of debt, and the creditors came to her house and were like, if you're not able to pay the debt that your husband owed, then we have to take your sons in as slaves. So this lady didn't have money. They were poor. They had nothing. So she went crying to Elisha, who was a prophet at the time. Elora, come here. Come. Come, Mama. So they went crying to Elisha, who was a prophet at that time, and she went there and said that my husband used to serve the Lord and worked for God, but then when he died, he had debts, and now they want to take my sons for slaves. So the question that Elisha asked him was, what is in your hands? And the lady answered that she only has a jar of oil, and as a solution, Elisha told her to go into her house, and that jar of oil was what was used to pay the debt and get them out of poverty. So the theme of the story is about the jar of oil. And so think of this as a metaphor, as if you're that person who is struggling to get started with something, even if it's a YouTube channel or a business idea you've been having but haven't gotten the time or gotten to the point of starting it. Look at yourself as the lady, and then the jar of oil will be what you have in your hand. So the term "what's in your hands" was first used in the Bible when Moses was feeling lost and inadequate after God had sent him to Egypt to go and free his people. Okay, and God asked him, "What do you have in your hands?" And what he had in his hand was a staff, and that staff was what was used to save them from, like, to part the Red Sea, because it was the staff that was struck to the sea, or was it lifted up, something like that, one of the two, and it is what caused the sea to part and give way for them to be able to cross over. And so in the same way that Moses had the staff, the woman or the widow had the jar of oil. So that is all that she had to get herself out of the trouble that she found herself in. And the question you should be asking yourself is, what do you have in your hands that you can use to start that business? What do you have that you can use to start that channel? For example, if you have a phone, use that. Like, it even goes on like to the time of Jesus, when Jesus and was preaching and a lot of people were following him and stuff. He realized that at some point the people who were following him had been following him for way too long, and they were tired and hungry. So the disciples felt that what they had was not enough. So they thought it was best for them to tell the people to go back home or to go to the nearby stores and buy themselves something to eat, because they felt that what they had was not enough. But what Jesus did was he asked them, what is it that they do have? And that's how the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes ended up feeding the thousands. They used what they had. So he still asked them the question, what is it that you have? He used what they had to feed everyone. God used the staff that Moses had to part the Red Sea. And in the same case with Elisha was able to have the widow use the oil to pay the debt and get them out of poverty. In the same sense with us nowadays, we might feel that what we have is not enough. Like, I don't have a fancy phone, it's not going to get the best, it's not going to take the best videos, I want to wait until I get a camera, or I do not have good background or something like that. Like, the thing that is stopping you from starting that channel, the thing that is stopping you from starting that business idea, like, start from scratch. Like, start with the small stuff and you will get to some, because God, there's always going to be something you can start with. You just need to be able to recognize what it is. And 2 Peter verse 1 tells us that by his power, as in God's power, we have been given everything necessary for to conquer life and attain righteousness. So in other words, that at every point in our life, at every point in your life, doesn't matter what it is you're trying to achieve, there is something that you can use to get started, to get you to like the first step, the first, I don't know how many steps, to get you to where you want to be. It's just a matter of recognizing what is it that you have in your hands, because God says himself that he has placed inside of you or around you something that you can use to get you to where you want to be, to get you to where you need to be. And also, so Zechariah 4 verse 10 tells us that we shouldn't despise these humble beginnings. We shouldn't despise these humble beginnings, because yes, you are going, it might not be perfect in the beginning, it might not be the best in the beginning, and you might not even like the way it looks like in the beginning, but it is, you have to start somewhere, and it is this small beginnings that's going to get you to those great, I don't know, achievements or whatever your goal is per se. So it's all a matter of getting started, and then you will be able, like, you just gotta do the first step, recognize what is it that you have and get started. If you're feeling helpless, just get started. After that, everything else will fall into place. Like, once you get started, trust me, everything else will fall into place. And if you feel like you hit another blockage or you got stuck, think again, what is it that you have that can help you out of that. Sometimes we find that the thing we've been looking for has been around us all this time, we just haven't noticed or realized it. So just look around you, look within you, look around the people that you have, because sometimes the help that you need might even come from the people around you and you don't even know it. So use your sources wisely. Just look into what you have and just get started, and once you get started, you're gonna move on. And every time you hit a stuck or a block, do the same process again, and then you can get to where you need to be. I'm getting a bit tongue twisted, but yeah, I really hope that was helpful to you guys. And if you did like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can join the Quizzy family. I am planning on posting way more consistently and more videos. So until next time, y'all, bye.